So good morning dear cadets. So as you know, we have already started group number 15 and yesterday only I taught you electronic configuration. So if you see carefully, so their electronic configuration is like that. Okay. So now what is their general electronic configuration? If you see carefully, so their general electronic configuration is ns2np3, means in p orbital 3 electron and last s orbital 2 electron would be there. So total in the outermost shell how many electrons are there? 5 electrons are there. So if 5 electrons are there, so their oxidation state should have been +5. Okay. So by seeing the electronic configuration, it seems that their oxidation state is +5. But actual oxidation state is +3. It doesn't mean that they will not show the +5 oxidation state. They will exhibit the +5 oxidation state. Especially the first two members, nitrogen, phosphorus, they exhibit +5 oxidation state. But due to inert pair effect, the last member, means especially this one, antimony and bismuth, they exhibit only +3 oxidation state. They exhibit only +3 oxidation state. Arsenic means what you can say? Arsenic till arsenic +5 oxidation state. But after this one, what is there? The stability of +3 oxidation state will increase. +3, this one, this case and this case, stability increases. Okay. And this is due to inert pair effect. What is the inert pair effect? I wrote here, inability of s orbital electron to take part in chemical bond formation. Just see, last year only in 11th class I taught you inert pair effect. Actually what is happening in all the group, I am talking of P block, like 14th group, what is their general electronic configuration? ns2np2. 15 group ns2np3. 16 group ns2np4. Now 17 group ns2np5. 18 group ns2np6. Okay. So just try to understand, in all the groups ns orbital and np orbital is there. But you know that due to inert pair effect, s orbital electron will not take part in the bond formation. So who will take part? Only p orbital electron will take part in the bond formation. That is why there is a 2 oxidation state less than their group oxidation state. The group oxidation state of 14th group element is +4. But s orbital electron will not take part. That is why their oxidation state become now +2. This is the only reason. That is why in 14th group elements, especially in case of Sn and Pb, their +2 oxidation state is more stable. And last year you have written questions also. PbCl2 is more stable than PbCl4. SnCl2 is more stable than SnCl4. +2 oxidation state stability increases down the group in case of 14th group. Same is the case with 15th group also. The stability of +3 oxidation state increases down the group. You can write in this way. Stability of +3 oxidation state increases. This is because of inert pair effect. Okay. Now question arises here, what is the inert pair effect? Already written here, inability of s orbital electron not to take part in the bond formation. Inability of s orbital electron to take part in chemical bond formation, that is known as inert pair effect. Means one pair of electron become inert. Now that is only inert pair effect. A question arises here, why only s orbital electron become inert? Why not p? So just try to understand. Last year in periodic classification chapter you have you have seen one term. What is that one? Penetration effect. What is the meaning of penetration effect? Just see, there are 4 orbital, s, p, d, f. So as compared to p, d, f, s orbital electrons are very close to the nucleus. They are very close to the nucleus. Since they are very close to the nucleus, so their electron will be attracted towards the nucleus. Now because of this strong attraction, s orbital electron shows reluctancy to take part in the bond formation. This is the reason of inert pair effect. Since s orbital electrons are very close to the nucleus, penetration means coming close. So s orbital electron, they are very close to the nucleus, that is why they do not desire to take part in the bond formation. This is the reason. Now question arises here, why inert pair effect will be exhibited by the heavier member of the group? So try to understand. In case of nitrogen, phosphorus and arsenic, their Ns and Np electron, since their size is small, so Ns and Np both electron will be close to the nucleus. Okay, so s orbital only will not feel the attraction by the nucleus. P orbital electron will also feel the simultaneous attraction towards the nucleus. But what about heavier member? The meaning of heavier member is those who have got more atomic number, they are the heavier member. So in 15th group, heavier member be considered antimony and bismuth, because antimony atomic number is 51 and bismuth atomic number is 83. Okay, so they are the heavier member and mostly they will exhibit the inert pair effect. Okay, so this is all about the oxidation state just by seeing the electronic configuration. Now try to understand. Each unit should be taught and should be learned in different ways. Means what is there? There is no master key to open all locks. All locks will be opened by different keys. Similarly, different units should be studied in different ways. Now in this unit, what should be there? Now question answer and see total how many groups you are studying. 15, 16, 17, 18. 4 groups are there and more than 100 questions you will get from this one. Means everywhere why word should be there. Okay, so just try to understand. I will try hard to teach in that way only. Means question and answer. Okay, so this is all about the electronic configuration and discussion of electronic configuration is over. Now the next periodic trends is atomic and ionic size. So dear cadets, now the first trends means physical trends in periodic property. Just see 15th group. First one is atomic and ionic size. Okay, so our purpose is to teach you only 15th group, but it is the customary that we have to compare the atomic and ionic size of 15th group with 14th group and 16th group. Simultaneously it will go on for remaining groups also. So just try to understand. 15th group is to the right hand side of 14th group. Means we are moving left to right in the periodic table. In the periodic table. Here 3 questions are possible. The question number first is the atomic and ionic size of 15th group elements are smaller than 14th group elements. Why? The first question. The atomic and ionic size of 15 group elements are smaller than 14 group elements. Why? Means this 15 group elements means nitrogen is smaller than carbon, phosphorus is smaller than silicon, arsenic is smaller than germanium, antimony is smaller than tin, bismuth is smaller than lead. Okay, so just try to understand. We have to compare like that. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, why? Just try to understand. As we move left to right in the periodic table, I am talking of periods. Okay, so carbon, nitrogen, they are the member of same period. Which period? Just say here. Carbon 2, 4. How many cells are there? Kl. Here also what is there? 2 and 5. How many cells are there? 2 cells. So they are the member of second period. Similarly silicon 2, 8, 4. And here what is there? 2, 8, 4. And this one what is there? 2, 8, 5. They are the member of third period. Similarly here they will be fourth, fifth, sixth, like that. Okay. So as we move in the same period from left to right, what is there? Only one electron will increase in the successive elements, but number of cells will not increase. Whenever we move in any periods, what is there? In each successive elements there is the addition of one electron, but there is no increase in their number of cells. Means incoming electron will enter in the same cell. Then what would be there? When each electron enters, so the nuclear charge increases, but number of cells remains constant. What is our question? The atomic and ionic size of 15 group elements are smaller than 14 group elements. So it is very simple. Just see, in case of carbon, what is there? 2, 4. In outermost cell, 4 electron is there. So what is this one? Its nuclear charge is +6. What is its nuclear charge? +7. In case of nitrogen, what is the nuclear charge? +7. Okay. But number of cells remains constant. Here also 2 cells, here also 2 cells. Then what would be there? What would be there? Nuclear charge is increasing as we move left to right. So 15th group is right to 14th group. Okay. That is why the atomic and ionic size of 15th group is smaller than 14th group. Once again listen. As we move left to right in any periods, so the number of cells remains constant, but one electron will be added. Okay. Just see, as carbon 6 electron, nitrogen 7 electron. So in each period as we move left to right, what is there? Numbers of cells remains constant, but one electron will increase. Nuclear charge increases. Due to increase in nuclear charge, it will attract the outermost cell electron towards itself. So as compared to carbon, nitrogen is exhibiting more nuclear charge. So nuclear charge will attract the outermost cell's electron and their atomic size will shrink, will decrease or shrink. Same is if we compare silicon. If we compare silicon and phosphorus, so just see, number of cells are 3 only, but phosphorus nuclear charge is more than that of silicon. Then what would be there? If the nuclear charge of phosphorus is more than that of silicon, then what would be there? What would be there? Now phosphorus nuclear charge will attract the outermost cell's electron. That is why phosphorus atomic size will be smaller than silicon. So this is the reason. That is why same way you can continue with the remaining elements also. So this is the reason. That is why 15th group elements are smaller than 15th group elements are smaller than 14th group elements. So the question number 1 is over. What is the second question? As we move down the group, the atomic and ionic size increases. Why? Just try to understand. In any group, whenever we move top to bottom, let this group only. Okay. 15th group. Now here I am explaining nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So just try to understand. In nitrogen case 7, here 15, here what is there? 33, here 51 and here 83. So here how many cells would be there? 2 cells would be there. In phosphorus case how many cells? 3 cells. Arsenic case what is there? Number of cells would be 4. Okay. Now in this case what is there? Antimony case 5 cells would be there. So as we come top to bottom, as we move top to bottom in the any group, then what is there? Number of cells increases. What is there? Number of cells increases. When the number of cells increases, then what is there? Nuclear charge is also increasing, na? Nuclear charge is also increasing. But remember, just see, as we move top to bottom in any group, what is there? Nuclear charge also increases and cells also increases. But inner cells which are increasing, these are other than outermost cell. Like here, how many inner cells are there? 3 inner cells are there. What are they? Inner cells. These inner cells, there is one word, screening effect. They will screen means check, control. So just see, as we move top to bottom, number of cells also increases and nuclear charge also increases. But increase in the nuclear charge is checked by the inner cells. Just see, this nuclear charge increases. So these inner cells, they will control the nuclear charge. They will check here only. So this nuclear charge will not reach to the outermost cell. So increase in the nuclear charge is checked by the increase in the number of inner cells. So when this nuclear charge will not go to the outermost cell, when it will not go to the outermost cell, so the size of outermost cell will expand and atomic and ionic size now will increase. So this is the only reason, means due to screening effect. What is there? Due to screening. What is this screening effect? Screening effect is nothing but a screening of outermost cell from the nuclear charge by inner cells. Somewhere you can write what is the screening effect. Here you can write screening effect. What is the screening effect? Screening means protection. Screening, here you can write screening, or here write protection. Protection of outermost cell. Outermost cell from the nuclear charge. From the nuclear charge by inner cells. By inner cells. That is known as screening effect. So inner cells in any group, when we move top to bottom, inner cells will increase and they only will screen the nuclear charge and it will not go to the outermost cell and the size will expand. So I hope that you have got the second question also. Question number 3rd, as compared to increase in atomic size nitrogen to phosphorus, the increase in atomic size of arsenic to antimony is less. Just see here, see carefully. Now there is a need to just focus on 15th group. There is no need to focus on now 14th group, because in our syllabus 15th group is there. Same is the case with this one. Just try to understand here. See, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Okay, question says there is a increase in atomic and ionic size of nitrogen to phosphorus. Increase in more. Increase is more. Okay, but here arsenic to antimony, increase is less. Increase is less. Increase is less. Why? That is the question. As compared to increase in atomic size nitrogen to phosphorus, the increase in atomic size of arsenic to antimony is less. Arsenic to antimony is less. Why? That you have to explain. So just try to understand. If you see the electronic configuration, so just see, arsenic onwards, what would be there? What is the electronic configuration of this one? 2s2 2p3. This one 3s2 3p3. What about this one? 3d10 4s2 4p3. What about this one? 4d10 5s2 5p3. Okay, so just try to understand. From the arsenic onwards, there is a entry of d orbital, and you know whose screening, what is the order of screening effect? The most screening effect is shown by s, then p orbital, then d orbital, then f orbital. The poorest shielding effect is screening effect. This is also known as shielding effect. Shielding effect. Okay, so screening or shielding of outermost cells from the nuclear charge by the inner cells, that is known as screening effect or shielding effect. Now try to understand here. If inner cells is having, yes, or p orbital, then what is there? Outermost cell will be protected more. But if inner cells belongs to the D and F, then what would be there? Outermost cell will not be protected by the inner cell, will not be shielded by the inner cells. So just see, from the arsenic D orbital has entered, and D orbital, D and F have got poor shielding effect. What is there? Poor shielding effect. Poor shielding effect. So when poor shielding effect means it will not, these D and F, it will not check, CHE, check the nuclear charge from reaching to outermost cell. Outermost cell. Okay, are you getting my point or not? It will not check the nuclear charge from reaching to outermost cell. Okay, that is the meaning of poor shielding effect. So if D and F orbital cells are there, inner cells, so it will not check, it will not control the nuclear charge to reach the outermost cell. In arsenic case, D orbital has entered, and now this D orbital will not check the nuclear charge. It will allow the nuclear charge to go to the outermost cell and it will shrink. This is the only reason. That is why increase in atomic and ionic size from arsenic to antimony is less. While in case of nitrogen and phosphorus, what is there? D orbital is not there, only S and P orbital is there. That is why they are screening, they are checking, they are protecting outermost cells electron from the nuclear charge, because their size is compact. What is there? Here you can write D and F, poor shielding effect. What about S and P? Strong shielding effect. Strong shielding effect. Why strong shielding effect? Here you can write due to compact size. Here you write due to compact size. Here what is there? Why poor shielding effect? Due to diffused size. Diffused size. Okay. So D and F, try to understand. Suppose wall is there. Can you see across the wall? No. It means, what is the meaning of this one? Wall size or shape is compact. What is this one? In place of size, just write shape, S-H-A-P-E. Here also write shape. So just try to understand. Wall, we cannot see across the wall because wall shape is compact. But try to understand, suppose you have taken one plastic, okay, plastic, so you can see across because their shape is not compact. Same is the case with here. S and P orbital, their screening effect is very strong because their size is compact. D and F, their shielding effect is poor. Why their shielding effect is poor? Due to their diffused shape. This is the only reason. That is why nitrogen to phosphorus increase in atomic and ionic size is more, but arsenic to antimony increase in atomic size is less, because from the arsenic onwards there is the entry of D orbital, and D orbital shielding effect is poor, hence it cannot control the nuclear charge to reach to the outermost cell. It can't shield, it can't protect that nuclear charge to reach to the outermost cell. That is why there is a what is there? Now nuclear charge will reach to the outermost cell and it will shrink the outermost cell. That is why arsenic to antimony, now shrinking is more, increase is not more, shrinking, decrease in the size is more, while in nitrogen and phosphorus, nitrogen to phosphorus increase is more. In this way all three questions are completed. In this way only we have to cover all questions, and many questions are there, and you know now in this year's syllabus the burden has increased to those units which are having little bit more weightage. Now this year you will get more questions from the P block elements, D block elements and coordination chemistry. So try to understand here. In this way only, try to note down these questions and try to write down their answers with your own words. Now explanation part I did here, isn't it? So from your side also effort should be there. If I will keep on writing their answers on the blackboard in online video, then hardly I can cover 2 to 3 questions in per video. So please help me. Explanation I will do. Explanation part, that is my responsibility, and will explain in a such a way so that you will understand. I am hoping now you might be referring some other videos also, so it is good because you are at home, you can refer any video, I don't have any problem, but please see my video also, okay? So dear cadets, let us move to the next property of 15th group, that is ionization enthalpy. And you know what is the definition of ionization enthalpy? Remember, the amount of energy required to remove an electron from outermost cell of an isolated gaseous atom. Remember, each and every word is important. Amount of energy required to remove an electron from outermost cell. What is the meaning? Means electron must be removed from outermost cell only, and from an isolated gaseous atom. Means atom should be gaseous, isolated. It should be individual. Isolated means one atom and it should be in the gaseous state. So how can you convert the one atom into gaseous state? Sublimation enthalpy. Especially metals are giving out electron. So if metal is found in the solid state, you have to give the sublimation enthalpy so that that atom should be converted into gaseous state. Okay, so here one question is there. Why is ionization enthalpy of 15th group elements are more than that of 14th group? So just see, 14th groups are preceding group of 15th group, okay? Preceding means coming before, okay? So just see, the ionization enthalpy depends upon so many factors, but some important factors are atomic size. Whose atomic size is less? Just now we discussed that 15th group elements atomic size is less. So since their atomic size is less, you have to give more amount of energy to remove their outermost cell's electron, because if atomic size is less, small, then outermost cell's electron will be attracted. Suppose this is one atom, okay? Now it is having only 2 cells. So if size is small, then here electron will be attracted towards the nucleus. And to remove this electron, what would be there? You have to give more amount of energy. So just see, 15th group elements are smaller in size. So to remove electron from outermost cell, you have to give more amount of energy. Okay, this is the one reason. Second reason is, if you see carefully, all 15th group elements, their electronic configuration is half filled. Just see, what is their electronic configuration? NS2NP3. NS2NP3 means p orbital of 15th group elements are half filled. Just see, what is the full capacity of p orbital? Having 6 electron, or to have 6 electron. Now they have got 3 electron, means px, py, pz, they will have, we can write in this way, this is p orbital. So here px, py will have, this is px, this is py, this is pz. All 3 will have 1 electron. Px, Py and Pz, they will have 1 electron. So if they will have 1 electron, so they are the half filled, and half filled stage is stable. Half filled stage is stable, and to remove electron from the half filled state, more amount of energy is required. So due to these 2 reasons, the ionization enthalpy of 15th group elements are more. Here I wrote, first one is due to small size, due to half filled stable. Please write here word stable electronic configuration. Half filled stage is stable. p half filled stage is having 3 electron. These are the reason, that is why 15th group elements ionization enthalpy is more. Ionization enthalpy and atomic size are inversely related. Smaller size, more ionization enthalpy. Greater size, less ionization enthalpy. There is one more word, successive ionization enthalpy. Okay, in 11th class only I taught this one. What is the meaning of successive ionization enthalpy? Removal of 1, 2, 3 electron successively from the outermost cell of an atom is known as successive ionization enthalpy. Let us see here. Here I wrote the order also. First ionization enthalpy value is the least. Greater than first, second is there. Greater than second, third is there. Now you can write in this way also. Delta sign H1, H2 and H3. Can anyone explain why this order is there? Just see here. Suppose one atom I took aluminium. Aluminium is 13 or not? 2, 8, 3. Okay. Remove one electron, minus 1 E. So now here what would be there? Aluminium single positive plus 1 electron. It's okay. Now just see here what is there. In this case, how many electron is there? Here number of electron equal to 13 and number of proton equal to also 13. But what about here? Here electron is 12 now and proton is still 13. So effective nuclear charge for per electron is increasing here in aluminium plus ion, single positive ion. Means nuclear charge is increasing. Okay, increase, remove electron further. Aluminium single positive means 2, 8, 2. Okay, remove one more electron. So here Al2 positive plus 1 electron. Now just see here. Here what was the condition? Electron was 12 and proton was 13. Now what about this one? Here E is now 10. E is 10. And what about P? P is still 13. So the nuclear charge has increased more or not? Nuclear charge for per electron, effective nuclear charge for per electron is increasing. Now still 1 electron we can remove. So further you remove this one. Now here Al2 positive. So remove 1 electron. So this is Al3 positive. Now here what is there? Now electron was 10, proton was 13. Now just see, in this case what is the electron now? Electron is now, here electron is 11, proton is 13. Now here electron is 10 and proton is still 13. So the effective nuclear charge for per electron is increasing with removal of 1 electron in each step. So when nuclear charge will increase, then what would be there? Removal will become difficult. That is why this order is there. So remember, for once 1 electron is removed from neutral atom, so it will be converted into charge species. What would be there? It will be charge species. So the electron is less now, proton is more, and because of proton only nuclear charge is there. So with the removal of electron, an neutral atom will be converted into charge species. And now if it is positively charged, then proton means nuclear charge will be more, and now electron will be less. So more the proton, more will be the nuclear charge, and more will be the shrinking of their size. And once the size is shrink, more amount of energy is required to remove the electron. That is why this order is there. I hope that you understood. Once again, the successive ionization enthalpy value for removal of third electron is more than that of first and second, because once the 1 electron is removed, then species will be converted into positively charged species. Now in positively charged species, number of electron is more while the number of proton is more, and because of proton, nuclear charge will be more. So when nuclear charge is more, size will be small, and you have to give more amount of energy to remove electron further. That is why successive ionization enthalpy value increases with the elimination of 1 electron in each step. Okay, So I hope that you have got. Now today was the first day of this 15th group. Like that we have to continue in entire unit. Question, discussion, answer. Question, answer, discussion. These are the way. More than this, nothing way is there. So keep noting these questions, and I am hoping that you will comply the words which I have told you. Thank you.